Hi guys, it's Hanny from Eclipse All Sports, and I'm just wanting to bring you a quick look at some duffel bags. Hopefully you find this review useful and give you a closer look at the duffel bags from DSC. So we've got a couple in stock. We've got the new Intense Pro one. We'll have a look at that one, and then we've got the Condor Rave. So the Pro one, as you imagine, it's the biggest one pretty much. I don't think they do a bigger one, and that's like Pro standard. Fit loads of kit in it, and then the Condor Rave is probably more of a club standard duffel bag, I would say. You can fit pads, gloves, bats, helmets in there, no problem. The only thing I would say with the Rave one, you don't have any side pockets, you don't have any front pockets, you've just got one big internal compartment. And what that means is it's not very good for organising your kit if you're wanting to organise it all, but it does have 4 bat compartments, so you can put 4 cricket bats in here and keep them all protected and separated so they're not bashing around in your bag. And there's plenty of space to fit plenty of equipment inside, so you can easily fit your pads, your gloves and your helmet in there. If you've got keeping kit, you might just about get them in there, but bearing in mind everything's got to go into this central compartment. So I think if you've got your clothing in there, your wash bag, your towel, you're probably not going to get a keeping kit in there. So if it's for a keeper, then I would say this might just be a little bit too small for a keeper, but for a standard kit you should fit that in no problem. And if you've got a few bats, you've got plenty of bat compartments there as well. Even if you don't have loads of bats, you just have a couple of bats. If you've got a net bat and a match bat, you've got 2 compartments at the back. And then if you've got a catching bat or a training bat, like a middling bat or something, you can put that in this side compartment. And then if you've got a side arm pro, then you can put your side arm pro in there and just keep everything separate and organised. And then obviously I'll show us putting some pads in there and the helmet once I take it out of this bag, and then you can just see what you can fit in there and just see what's the difference between the two as well. So this one is like a hybrid. It's a kit bag as well as a duffel bag. You can roll it round as a kit bag on its big wheels. What I will say is the wheels very big, very robust, very good. And it's easy to maneuver. This has got a lot of kit in it, and it's easy to move around. It doesn't feel too heavy when you're pulling it around on the wheels, and it's got a nice big robust handle there as well that goes the full length of the bag, which allows for the maneuverability of the bag. It allows you to turn it really easily as it's covering the whole width of the bag rather than just a little flimsy one in the middle. But what we'll come on to now is how it's stood up. So it won't stand up by itself with the kit in. It does have some feet on the bottom, which I will show you, but the actual base plate for the bottom of the bag is not a strong structure, so it cannot hold itself upright. So you will need to lean it up against something if you're wanting it to stand upright. And to be honest with you, I would leave this bag upright, as if you was to lay it flat down, then you would be laying it down on the back support, which is a mesh material. And if it's a dirty floor or it's outside, then this is going to get all dirty and scuffed up, which you don't want. So what I'll show you now is the shoulder straps. So when you're pulling it around with the big carry handle, then you can tuck these away so they're not scraping and dragging on the floor and getting all dirty and scuffed up. So basically these little buckles at the side, you can tuck them into the little pockets with the back support, and then you can just clip these up, and same on the other side. So it's a nice design where you can just tuck these things away, and then obviously it becomes very useful when just pulling it on the wheels. These are not getting dragged on the floor, getting caught or tangled in anything. So yeah, and they're easy enough to clip in, and you've got a nice chest strap there as well, just for extra support when you're carrying the bag, because if you've got it fully loaded up with kit, you want to be nice and comfortable as well. For me, I would want these straps to be a little bit thicker and a little bit more padded. So the back panel is nicely padded, so it should be nice and comfortable when carrying the kit. So if I just show you the straps there, they're not too thick. They could do with maybe a little bit more padding, but there is some padding there, as you can see. and you've got plenty of ventilation with the mesh, but maybe a tiny little bit thicker if you're going to be carrying a lot of kit for a long duration. But if you're only carrying it from the car park to the ground, then you're probably not going to be too fussed about thicker shoulder straps. And if you're going to be more inclined to just pulling it on the wheels, then it doesn't really matter. But it gives you the option to do both, which is really good. So now we're going to move on to these massive side pockets. So what I've decided to do was put all the kit in the side pockets, just to show you the maximum amount of stuff that you can put in the side pockets, just to give you an idea. But what happens is, if you load up the side pockets, then it does take up some of the internal space in the main compartment. So what I'll do is I'll open this top compartment so you can see how much space has been taken up, and then it'll give you an idea of what kind of room you've got. So I've just put a standard Stray helmet in there. So we will be getting these listed eventually, guys, I do promise that. Hopefully this week I will be getting, I'll probably look at doing them tomorrow. We've got plenty of helmets, we've got performance, we've got armour, we've got Pro Guard, we've got the Masterclass Air Steel and Titanium, and we've got different sizes available. We've got some wicket keeping helmets as well, so I will get those all up on the website, and I'll try my best to do that tomorrow with pictures and things. So next up, basically what I've done, I've just put some bats in here, so there's no actual internal bat compartments, as you can see there, and you can see these two big side pockets, they do expand into the internal pocket, and they do take up quite a bit of space. So even though you can load up those side pockets, they are going to take up most of the space on the inside. You can still fit plenty of kit at the back and the sides. I've just put in 4 cricket bats. There is more space to load more bats in there, but there's no real point for this demonstration. But if you've got, say, towels, wash bag, things like that, they will easily fit in there. Should be no problems at all. So we'll just take this out now. So that's the 4 bats. If you're interested in any of these cricket bats, they are all listed up on the website. I'll try and do some reviews of these bats this week. What we will be reviewing is the Sayat bats, so they're nice budget bats, good quality, low value as well. So for those guys looking for a bat on a budget, do check that video out, it'll be up shortly. So that's the space that you've got left with these 2 side pockets loaded up. So I'll just show you what's in the side pockets. So what I would say is difficult to probably unload the bag when it is upright, because you've got the wheels which keep rolling, and then because the base plate is not very sturdy, it doesn't want to stay upright, it just wants to fall over. So what you can do is you can lay it flat down, and you've got this big front pocket, and that allows you to go into the internal storage space. So you can see how much space is left there. So with these 2 big side pockets loaded up, you've got all that centre space there. So if maybe you wanted to load up one of the pockets with some keeping stuff, which is this side is all the keeping stuff, and then you could just put your pads and normal stuff in here with your bats, and then maybe just have a few maybe gloves and inners and little bits and pieces of wash bag in here, so then it's not taking up so much space on the internal side, and it just allows you to organise your internal space a little bit better. Then that's probably a best way to go about it. But we just loaded this up just to see what you can actually fit in, and then I think there was a buckle or a clip in here. Yep, so on the inside you've got a little clip there, so I think maybe that might clip onto a wash bag or a little bag for your valuables. So they may do a little bag that just clips onto this, which you can put on the inside, so it just stops it from getting lost inside the main compartment of your kit bag. So I will ask Dsc about that and see if they do offer some little bag, a wash bag or a valuables bag that clips onto that. So what we've got in here is the Dsc keeping gloves. These are up on the website, so you can check those out, and I'll just tell you the model. These are the Condor Flight gloves. We've got the Dsc keeping inners, and then we've got the Dsc keeping pads. So you've got the Condor Flight pads there as well, and then this side we've got the batting pads and some gloves. So we've got the Condor Pro gloves, We've also got the batting pads, which are the Condor Flight coloured pads. So yeah, the quality of these coloured pads seems to be better than the standard pads. The PU on the actual face of the pad seems to be a little bit better, and also you've got the leather instep on the pads, which I showed in the previous video, where on the standard white ones it seems to have a cloth instep. So these are classed as their international level pads, what they give to all their international players, and it'd be a minimum order of 4 pairs of coloured pads if you do want us to get you some coloured pads made up, guys. We do have some in white in stock, but they don't seem to be the same quality as these ones, so we'll try and get some more. And we'll see what colour schemes they're going to be offering, because I think they're going to be changing some of the colour schemes. So basically that is the bag without any kit in it, and the only thing we've got left to look at really is the base and also this little compartment at the bottom, which we've put some spikes in. These are a UK size 12 or a US 13, and yeah, they're very big and they fit in there comfortably, and you've got a little bit more room in there as well, so you could quite easily fit your spikes in there. If you've got normal size feet, not too big, then you could probably get away with 2 pairs of spikes in there. If they have designed it as a designated boot tunnel, then it might have been better to have a little bit of ventilation, just to allow it to breathe a little bit so it doesn't get too smelly. But yeah, I would probably use that for spikes. So this is the base, so you've got a little bit of extra protection on here to stop it from wearing, and then you've got obviously this stand, but unfortunately, as you can see there, because this is quite flimsy, it's not going to stand up with any kit in it, because there's no structure to the side of the bag, so it's just going to flop around, so it's not going to stand up under its own weight. You'll have to rest it up against something. And then you've got these nice robust wheels, so you can see there this is very flimsy, so that's why it's not going to stand up, but the wheels and everything else seem to work just fine. But if you're wanting a bag that's going to stand up under its own weight, then this is probably not the one for you. But if you're looking for a large duffel bag that can fit loads of kit in, that's got the option of pulling it around on wheels, then I would say definitely have a look at the Dsc Intesne Pro. So I hope you've enjoyed the video review of that bag, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to jump across to the Rave bag, and we're just going to try and load it up with some kit and see what we can actually fit in here. So we're going to try and put these 4 bats in. So this one stands up a little bit better. It's not got any kit in, it's standing up alright. There's no base on this one, and like I said, there's no real pockets or anything, it's just one big internal storage space. So what you can see there, you've got these little velcro carry loops just to stop the handles and bats from flopping around, so you can velcro those in, but we won't do that now, as we're just trying to quickly load up the bag just to show you what you can comfortably get in here. So there we go, so we've got all our bats in. So as you can see, just getting the tops of the handles on the bat pockets, and then on the side ones there's a little bit more exposed, but you've still got a nice big space in the center there. So we'll see what we can get in. So we'll start off with the pads, and as you can see there, you've comfortably got your pads in there and you've still got loads of space. So what I'll do now is I'll put the spikes and see if we can get those into the bottom. So we've got the 2 spikes in there. So what you'll have to do is obviously have a spike bag to put your spikes in, to put them into the bottom of the bag so they don't get all dirty or you don't stud all your equipment. So that's in there. What we'll try now, we'll try for some keeping pads. So yeah, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but you've got your keeping pads in there. And then with what we've got left, we've got the batting gloves. So we've just about got the batting gloves in there, and then we've got the inners and the keeping gloves. So we'll put the inners down the side here. What you'll find is, because you've got bats on all sides, it's difficult to find extra space and you can't really push things down as you've got your bats in the way. So we've managed to just about squeeze the full batting kit and the full keeping kit. But the helmet, you might just get the helmet in, but again it's a tough squeeze. and you've got to think about having your wash bag in there and your towel, and then you've also got little bits and pieces that you might carry around. You're not really going to have a great deal of space for those. But if you're just going to use this for training, and you've got loads of bats that you like to use in practice, and you like to take some keeping gear with you if you're a keeper, then you'll probably just about get away with this as an actual net bag. So it's just about fitted a full kit in there. But like I say, if you've got loads of kit and you're a keeper, I would go for the bigger bag. If you've just got a standard amount of kit, then this one should be absolutely fine. So I hope you found this video review useful. I'll just show you the straps on this one. They're nice and padded. To be honest with you, they feel a little bit more padded than the ones on the Pro bag. You've got a nice back support there, which is nice and comfortable there as well. And if we just have a look at the base on this one, you don't have the plastic supports on the base, but you do have this protective waterproof material that's going to stop your bag from getting all chewed up and all wet and dirty on the inside. So yeah, a very good duffel bag. And these I think this is the only one that we've got left in stock. So if you are interested, I will get it up on the website today, and it should be up on the website now when you see this video, so do check that out. I think it's going to be up there for around $49.99, and then the big ones around $64.99, but you've got the Black Friday 10% discount, so do take advantage of that. So until next time guys, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.